Hey YouTube, Smiling Skeptic here. I'm going to make a real quick reply video because I'm packing to go away for a couple of days. Heading off to Newfoundland. I'm going to be in St. John's for about 4 days. I'll be back on probably Wednesday night. So anyway, just wanted to do a quick response to Bill. He did make a reply video to my last video that I made on him. This is the TFL movement, so this is my third video in the installment. My Billogy, I guess you could call it, video. Anyway. Let's get right to the video. Bill, this is what you said.
Okay, what'd you see there? He goes to the Department of Justice. He looks up the statistics. And then he tells you, because the statistics does not match what the media is showing you, that their perception must be a little bit off. Like maybe as if the Department of Justice would manipulate their statistics, their numbers. Now, the Department of Justice would never do that, right? Your government would never lie to you. Department of Justice wouldn't lie to you.
Okay, so you think I've been duped by the government. Okay, that's not a surprise. I saw that coming. You think that going to the U.S. Department of Justice Statistics Bureau is the wrong source for information on this. What then would be the proper source, Bill? Let's take a look at some other sources. So I checked out some other groups online, the National Organization for Women, the Family Violence Prevention Fund, the University of North Carolina. They've got some excellent studies on violence against women. National Coalition of Anti-Violence Programs, the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence. They're all saying the same things, that statistics have been going down in recent years on violence against women and in this intimates violence or violence against intimates. So the information just doesn't back up what you're saying, okay? Now, you can't just allege something to be true and have it be true. You have to be able to back it up with some information. The information that you're backing it up with is not credible. Now, this is very important to you, Bill, that this information be rock solid, because this forms the foundation of everything that you're saying here as part of TFL, that the violence is increasing against women. I have to wonder, where are you getting your information on violence towards women and that it's increasing? I'll let you answer that, Bill.
Can't you people see that the violence, all the sudden rash of news reports that's been going on for the last couple of years, and it's been escalating? The media is a competition for money, okay? And he forgets to tell you about how the government paid the media to lie to the public and don't report the truth when it comes to politics anyhow.
And I think there's a point in there where you imply that the government paid the media to lie about politics or something like that, but you seem to be able to trust the media about the news reports on the violence and things. Now think about this for a second, Bill. If there is a government conspiracy with the idea of separating the genders, like you say, would you not think that part of the conspiracy would be covering up the fact that they're trying to do this? Why would you think that the conspiracists would leave this little nugget of information for you to find in the evening news? Your conspiracy just doesn't work. It doesn't fit together. So, can you see the flaw in your thinking, Bill? You have to get some credible information from somewhere. The information you're working with is not credible.
That's right, because he ripped up my video and he took what he wanted. And so he manipulated it. And he put words in my mouth, okay? And he didn't show you everything I said. He only showed you what he wanted you to see. So let me show you that exact clip out of my video since he ripped it so that you can hear what I actually said.
Okay, you seem to take great issue with my editing out parts of your video. Well, that's exactly what you've done with my video, Bill, but even worse, you haven't even told your viewers who I am. I'm not saying that out of any means of self-promotion. I mean that as a point of information sourcing so your viewers can go and check out what you're saying is true. Now, you took great exception to the fact that I edited out a certain part of your video. The parts that you added in there to show the full context of what you were saying didn't add any more value to it. Okay, I was looking at editing a video for time. I wanted to get it in under the 10-minute mark. I did that. You added a little bit before it about empathy, which is good. It goes towards learning how to treat each other well. It gives us a sense of how we're supposed to be treating each other, that we're supposed to understand how the other person feels. I agree with that 100%. And as for the second part about the dispensing advice, the advice that I was referring to and the advice that you're dispensing was not on how to be nice to each other or how to try to figure things out. You are not helping anyone, Bill. You are telling these people that they are helpless to change the situations that they are in. I go back to the learned helplessness thing that I talked about in the very first video. You have adapted this to your lifestyle, and you're trying to advise these people to adapt that to theirs. It's a very dangerous thing to do, and you are not qualified to dispense that kind of advice. I said it before, and I'll say it again, and I'll continue saying it until you can show me a piece of paper that says that you graduated from a university in psychology or psychiatry. You are not qualified to give that kind of advice. Okay, and then the guy at the end of your video, I'm assuming that he's Russian of some kind. The film, as near as I can tell, was made in 1985. That's over 25 years ago. Come on, Bill. You're using information that's a quarter of a century old. From some obvious crackpot. I don't even know what he's talking about. Do you? Because you don't make that clear in your video, and he doesn't make it clear in what he says. Bill, you're working with bad information here. Alex Jones is not your friend. Alex Jones is a nutjob who wants to steal people's money. He wants to take money from weak-minded people like yourself. How much money have you given Alex Jones? How much crap have you bought from him? Everything he does, he sells movies, he sells DVDs, t-shirts, books, everything else. He's a merchandising machine. He knows how to make a fast buck off the stupid people.
It can all be right in his face, and he won't see it. He'll go looking for ways to get around it. Just like that's why he went to the Department of Justice and looked for the numbers and ignored what was in his face. Don't matter what's in his face, he won't see it. It's just like that guy said, he's going to have a sad awakening and be kicked in the ass before he's going to go, oh.
Okay, Bill, let me see if I got this right. You are accusing me of ignoring the bad information. Guilty as charged. Okay, so to wrap up, Bill, I really hope that what I said here started to make you think about where you're getting your information from, how to properly source your information. It's important. It's critical that this information that you're working from has to be good information. What you're working from is not good information. These are not good sources, Bill. Just start thinking about that. See if you can find some more information. See if you can find some information to back up what you're saying about the crime rates increasing. If you can find a good source of information that says that the crime rates are increasing in terms of the violence against women or domestic violence or intimate violence or anything like that, because until you get that information, you're working from bad information, Bill, and the only thing that you can draw from bad information is bad conclusions, and you're building everything off of bad conclusions here. I really hope that you take this to heart and start listening about it, because it's only going to strengthen your position if you can find this good information. It benefits you to come up with some information to refute what I'm saying here. Now I'm going to get back to packing, and I'm off to Newfoundland for 4 days, so we'll see you guys on probably Thursday. I'm Smiling Skeptic. Be excellent to each other, and peace.